All right, and welcome everybody. Thorix is here as well. Oh, someone drop George. Invite to speak, Thorix. There you go. Welcome everybody. And this week is an interesting one. We've had a whole bunch of incentives to put liquidity in place, but one of the issues was that one large whale had like 180k or 100 200k or something like that in the pool as USDC, and then pulled the liquidity today. I guess there wasn't enough action or something, but yeah, it's an interesting conundrum. And then people selling EUROS, like borrowing and trying to buy USDC. It wasn't enough there, so there was a little bit of a depeg. Guys, it's a very new protocol, so we're doing everything to try to get that peg happening. If we go over to the announcements page, we'll see here that the things that we're trying to do. So just quickly go over it. Where we'll be launching the liquidation pools very soon. This is already developed. Ewan's been really hard at work doing this. It's looking awesome. We're waiting for the audit to finish or to even start, which is happening pretty soon. We're getting that all sorted out with Cyphren, one of the best auditors in the world. And so this will allow you to stake TST and EUROS into the liquidation pool. So whenever there's a vault that's liquidated, the EUROS is used to buy those assets at 10% under market value. So whoever's taking EUROS gets really good, cheap Ethereum, cheap everything that's staked into these vaults. And TST basically collects all the fees that are generated throughout the process of the protocol. That's exciting. That will be launched very soon. This will give buying pressure to EUROS as people buy EUROS or mint EUROS and actually stake it to earn those fees. The other thing we're looking at is to have rewards for EUROS, because obviously the standard, we don't want too many liquidations, so we're building a lot of tools in to stop people having to be liquidated. It's the ability to reward EUROS stakers by adding rewards to the pool. And every epoch, anyone that's staking EUROS, they'll be rewarded. So that's something we're looking at as well. Another quick thing that we can do is change the fee structure. So right now there's a 0.5% fee on minting EUROS and 0.5 on burning, like paying back the debt. So we're going to change that because the peg has slipped quite a lot. We're going to change it to 0% on paying back and 2% on the mint. This will slow down people minting new and selling it, and incentivize people to to basically pay back their debt, because there's no fee to it at the moment. Plus, you can buy EUROS really cheap off the market, so you're basically paying back your debt at a massive discount, plus not paying any fee to do so. So this is all things to do to try to incentivize people purchasing EUROS off the market and getting buying pressure to bring the peg back. And once that peg is back at the FX market rate, we'll be able to add more liquidity and do lots of things like that. We have one-sided liquidity incentives at the moment, but the problem is those are running through Merkle, and Merkle only lets you put liquidity, incentivize liquidity at the trading range. And if the trading range is off the peg, then it's kind of useless, because we're sort of almost reinforcing a bad peg by rewarding people to put liquidity at the wrong price. So one thing we're looking at is building a contract that will allow people to easily add liquidity as a user, easily add liquidity to the DEX, but it adds liquidity to the FX price, not at the current price. So no matter where the price is, if you add liquidity through this mechanism, it'll be placed at the FX rate, um, and hopefully incentivized too. So that even though it won't be collecting trading fees because it's not in range, it'll be collecting incentives, and then hopefully there'll be so much more liquidity in that space that the peg will happen pretty quickly. The other thing we're looking at is enabling people to have auto repay back your debts. So you would have a debt, this is still getting figured out because anything with automations is has a price attached to it, and it's not that easy to build or automated things with smart contracts because somebody has to pay and execute these things. So we're still figuring this out. But basically what it would allow is if you've got €1,000 worth of collateral in a smart contract and you've got, I don't know, €500 taken out as debt and the peg slipped, you could check a mark when you take out that debt to say, hey, if the peg slips more than, I don't know, 10, whatever, N%, then go and sell some of my, swap some of my collateral for the EURUS, buying EURUS, and pay back the debt at a discount for me. So it's a great way for people to automatically pay back their debt at a discount, and it does two things. It does that for the user, and it also allows the protocol to repeg because that buying pressure would be more automated rather than us relying on people watching what's happening to the EURUS price to go and think, oh, I might pay back my debt right now because there's a bit of a slip. So I think this will be a huge big win for the protocol. It's all coming down the line, but it's still in the ideation phase. And then, I think it's something that we have to work at as a community. We have to talk about it. We have opened up a chat. There's a new channel called Strategies. Please feel free to come and chat about all of these things. What are your opinions in that? And incentive, trying to figure out ways to keep the peg in these early stages of the DAO. Once we've got this sorted, we've got some of the best technology in the industry. We're definitely the most cutting edge. So I think it's only up from here, and it's a very exciting time. It is around Christmas. I do also want the community to realize that people have families, developers have families. We're a decentralized DAO, so there's a lot of things going on around Christmas. So development does become a little bit slower, marketing comes a bit slower, but yeah, it is what it is, and we're still going. But of course, things slow down a little bit as people want to celebrate with their families. Anyhow, that's all from me at the moment. If anybody has anything to add, feel free. All right, looks like not. So I'll hand it over to Ewan for the next section.
Yeah, not much to add on my side. Just that I will be. Like most of my time at the beginning of this week will be preparing for the audit. Kind of compiling documentation for the competitive audit and like listing known issues that we already have in the contracts, and just generally preparing everything for. So that's like going to be the main priority at the beginning of the week, and then once that's kind of off and running, I'll be looking into some of these like liquidity strategies that you brought up. Kind
Awesome.
of thinking more about those towards the end of the week.
Yeah, cool. Awesome, man. For those that don't know, competitive audit is basically where there's a competition out with like 150 different white hat hackers that try to break into the system on a beta server or a beta release. There's no server involved, it's a decentralized system. So yeah, and they basically try to find holes and get bounties for that. So if you are one of these sort of types, feel free to reach out to Cyphrin, who's organizing it. They judge the quality of the vulnerability anybody finds and rewards the yeah the, the person that finds it. I'll hand it over to Moons.
Hello. Yep. Where's that gone? There we are. Yeah. So I've been working on the UI parts of the new liquidation features that were discussed by Josh just then, and also have been working on like streamlining some of the other UI elements to keep things a bit more consistent throughout the dashboard, and cleaning up some of the older code we've got in the front end, just like from like previous dev work we had done, and now that because there's been a lot of like Vaults v1, Vaults v2, and as we've introduced these new things, we've added new features to the front. So I've just been cleaning it up a little bit, making it easier for when we move into adding in, reintroducing Vaults v3 and upcoming liquidation pools and all that good stuff.
Yeah, excellent. If you've got any screen grabs or that, I don't want you to share on the fly. I don't want to dox anything because I'm grabbing. But if there's anything you want to show, it's always fun. People love to see things.
Of the new staking stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me just quickly grab a screenshot of that. Yeah, we still need those new icons, Josh. When you get time for that.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, so that's exciting. I really love the dashboard. It's nice to see the guys have been working really hard to have a bit more user feedback about what's available to you, what you get, what the rewards are when you stake. Yeah, all this sort of data, and it's nicely visualized thanks to the work of the lads. Yeah, cool. I'll hand it over to George while Moons is getting that.
Oh, no, I've got it.
Oh, yeah? Okay, cool.
Just share screen. And you can see that, right?
It's just loading. There it is. Yep.
Ooh.
Yeah, so we've got the naming and like icon schemes and all that still to be confirmed, but we've got the existing staking system, TST, whatever, we can't remember the exact name of it. TST staking, we still got that in there. So we won't be continuing this moving forward, but any existing stakes and positions that overlap with the introduction of the new section, obviously we're keeping this UI existing so that you can continue to claim your rewards and stuff off of that, so no worries there. We've got the new staking interface, so as Josh mentioned earlier, you'll be able to stake your TST and UROS, earn fees and buy up liquidate assets at a cheaper rate, which is a little bit of explanation there. And then we've got the dashboard, which just shows your balances and some nice graphs to show your assets and staked portfolio, I guess, over time's value. Yeah, you'll be able to withdraw the assets you've staked through the previous thing, obviously do your little withdrawals. And then with the fees and assets that you buy up from liquidated vaults and everything like that, they will be displayed here, and you'll be able to claim those rewards at any point you want, as well as some handy little explanations of what's going on in each of these sections. that you can access just by hovering over the question mark. Probably we'll start adding these elsewhere in the dashboard. Just to add a bit more explanation to some things.
Yeah, that's great. And which icons did you need mainly? The liquidated assets icons?
Basically all of them, really.
Okay.
Just for the liquidated assets. So obviously these are the assets being used in staging, just for like the testnet contracts that we've got running.
Yep.
So the actual live contracts will have like all of okay, I don't know why I gave this page.
Like the wrap Bitcoin link.
Yeah, it'd be good to standardize those.
Gold.
Yeah, so we've got obviously we've got the TSD. If they could all look like this one, like the other one that you made, just so there's like a consistent design throughout, would be quite handy.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, definitely. Excellent. All right, thanks a lot, Moons, for that. That's great. George.
Hey all.
Yo.
So we've had, apart from all the updates so far, we've had a couple of calls with Load Protocol, which we have another scheduled meeting with them this week.
So they're just
a potential. Yeah.
You want to explain what Load is?
Yeah, they're basically a tokenized gold and silver coin. So we're looking for potential alternatives to Pax Gold whilst they have a look at the liquidity on Arbitrum, which can take a while because they're quite a sort of company, corporation style business there. So things might move a bit slowly. So we're discussing with other protocols such as Load to potentially put some liquidity on Arbitrum and become that collateral for us. So we're just discussing that. Hopefully that moves forward.
Yeah.
In regards to our sort of marketing side of things, we're pushing forward with the YouTube channel. So we're looking to record this week our first sort of round table on there on Friday. And that hopefully will be released sort of the week after, and that will be with a couple of potential partners that we've had before. I guess we'll be also this is kind of new actually. We discussed with DeFi Collective, which is like this public good community which helps out the DeFi space and different protocols. With expertise and with guidance, as well as sort of become part of the sort of community, and many very good sort of people who are very experienced in the space, people at Liquidity, people at sort of quite high level DeFi protocols in that collective. So we're just discussing with them as well on further collaborations and discussions on how they can help us.
Yeah, they sound really awesome, like a great crew, and really one of the core principles is the actual philosophy, the philosophy behind decentralized finance and such, rather than this sort of moon boy stuff, which is it's really refreshing to see that the focus is on really building infrastructure for decentralized finance. Yeah, so that's great. I'm looking forward to it. Hoping that will go further. Yeah. Thanks, George. Is that it from your end?
Yeah, a lot of people kind of winding down for Christmas. I think not as many sort of full-on stuff from my end.
Yeah, totally. We had just to let everyone know, I had a bit of I was meant to do a show last week and sort of get the YouTube stuff happening, but unfortunately we had a massive storm here and that knocked out my internet, so I'm on like a backup internet, which is too slow to too slow a bit rate to get any solid videos happening. So we pushed that for next week. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that the internet service provider will come out here and fix me up. But yeah. Anyway, thanks a lot, everyone. And if anyone's got any questions from the audience of 3 there, hey, shout out to the 3 hanging out. Very cool. Loving that. Loving that. Yeah. All right. Looks like no one wants any questions. Thanks a lot, everyone. And I'm looking forward to this week and looking forward to the audit. And let's see what happens. Yeah. Cheers.
See ya.
Ciao.